All right, 1.4, write equations and inequalities. So some definitions. An equation is a mathematical sentence with an equal sign between two expressions. So something like 3x plus 2 equals 8. That's an equation. An inequality is a mathematical sentence with one of the following symbols. And that would be either a less than or equal to, a greater than or equal to between the two expressions. So we're going to have a little table here. It's going to have a symbol. I can't spell. The meaning and associated words. There's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. All right, so the first one is going to be the equal sign, and that just means is equal to. Associated words in terms of being able to write sentences about it, you would see the words the same as one of the options. Next we have our less than symbol, which means is less than, and associated words would be fewer than. If we have our less than or equal to, that means is less than or equal to. And that basically just means at most or no more than. So if you see any of those words, that would say less than or equal to. If we have a greater than, it means is greater than. Associated words would be more than. If we have greater than or equal to, that means is greater than or equal to. And associated words would be at least or no less than. And sometimes we can combine, like, especially with inequalities, we can combine, like 4 is less than x is less than 9, so that would tell us that x is between 4 and 9. So sometimes we have stuff like that as well. When we have mathematical statements involving variables, like 4x plus 1 equals 9. For example, any number that makes it that makes the statement true is a solution to the equation, and I'm going to put in parentheses or inequality because it would be true for inequalities as well. So some of these questions may give you a number to like plug in, and you just have to tell if it is a solution or not. Some of them just want you to solve for the variable. Just depends on what it's asking for. And some of them we're going to have statements, and we have to actually write it out mathematically based on what we're given. So kind of like what we did the other day with our different like the sum of x and 8 or something like that we wrote as x plus 8, but now we're writing them as actual like statements with equal, less than or equal, greater than or equal. So these instructions say to write an open sentence, which is just to write out an equation like what I have written in red on the screen right now. And so number 4 says the difference of a number z and 11 is equal to 35. So the first part of that, a difference of a number z and 11, how would I write that?
Z subtract by 11 is
Bless you.
35.
Yep, is is equal to 35. And that's what we're looking for with those. Also, on your homework, if you see something about work not shown on the ones where you were just like writing the statement, she didn't have the book in front of her. So if you saw that, if it says that and I left it, then that means that you didn't show work on the problems at the bottom that needed work shown for them from the last section, just so you know. Number 6 says the sum of 12 and the quantity eight times a number k is equal to 48. Any idea how I should write this one? This one has a few.
8 times k.
Very fast. So the sum of 12 and the quantity 8 times the number k, so that's going to be 12 plus 8 times k. This one is equal to, so I write that, and then 48 like that. All right, this next one, number 8. The product of 4 and a number w is at most 51. So this one obviously is our first one that's not just equal. So what does at most mean? Which symbol am I using?
Less than or greater to. Or greater, whatever.
Which one? Is it less than or greater than?
Less than or equal to.
Less than or equal to, good. So how do I write the first part? The product of 4 and a number w.
4 times w.
So 4 times w is less than or equal to 51. This next one's interesting. Number 10 says the product of 8 and a number, and a number k is greater than 4 and no more than 16. So this one's going to be a double one, okay, because it says greater than for this part, and then it also says no more than, or I can erase it away. There we go. No more than 16. So, any ideas how I would write this one?
I have an idea, I'm just not sure of it.
Well, throw out what you think, and we'll see. Work through it
Okay.
together.
So less than or
K.
Yep, so we're going to have 8 times k.
Of course. No, I don't care anymore.
What else do we have? What do we know about 8 times k?
That's greater than 4.
It's greater than 4. So I'm just going to do this initially. We're going to write it separate. So we know that it's greater than 4. So I know that. What do I also know about 8k?
But it's
It's no more than 16.
So how would I write that?
8k and then less than or equal to 16.
less than or equal to 16. So now I want to combine these two things because they both have an 8k in them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this facing their respective pieces, but I'm going to flip the entire thing over. So I'm going to make it look like this, basically. So now you see how they're all facing the same way. So I have 8k basically like in the middle. So my final is going to be 4 less than 8k less than or equal to 16. So that would be the whole thing put together. All right, any questions on the ones where we're writing the statements? Feel okay with that? Cool. Okay. All right. Check possible solutions. Check whether the given number is a solution of the equation or inequality. And you're just going to say solution or no solution once you show that you've worked it out. So, 18 says 9 plus 4y equals 17. And the number we're plugging in is 1. So they write it just like this. So just so you see it, some books will write like y equals 1 and you'll plug it in, but they're just wanting us to plug in the number after the semicolon. So I plug it in. I get 9 plus 4 times 1 equals 17. So then that's going to be 13 equals 17, and I think that's pretty clear that that's not true. So we write no solution, and I'm going to show you this is how I write solution. You can write the whole word out if you want, but I'm looking for the work and the final answer that you say that there is or is not a solution.
So why do you write it like that?
Just to shorten it, because solution gets to be long to write it out every time. I don't know. I had professors in college who wrote it like that, and then I just started doing it every time. So, but it's up to you. 20. K over 5 plus 9 equals 11. And they want us to plug in 10 for K. So I've got 10 over 5 plus 9 equals 11. 10 over 5 is 2 plus 9 equals 11. So 11 equals 11. So this one is a solution. So those have been equal ones before. Let's look at some inequality ones. 22, x minus 5 divided by 3 is greater than or equal to 2.8. And, I guess I need to give you the number. We're plugging in 11. So 11 minus 5 divided by 3 is greater than or equal to 2.8. What's 11 minus 5?
6.
6 divided by 3 is?
2.
2. So 2 is greater than or equal to 2.8. Is that true or false?
False.
False. So this is no solution. (24) y minus 3.5 is less than 6, and we're plugging in 9. So I've got 9 minus 3.5 is less than 6. What's 9 minus 3.5?
5.5.
5.5 is less than 6. Is that true or false?
False.
Is 5 less than 6?
Yes.
Yes, so would 5.5 be less than 6?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think.
You think?
You never know when your friend always does 1 plus 1 is 11 all day.
Huh? I did not understand a single word that he said.
You probably don't want to understand them.
Oh, we probably don't.
Alright, are we okay on those ones where we're plugging stuff in, or we need to see some more?
I'm good.
A couple people have given me the head nod, everyone else.
I'm good.
Okay.
I told you.
Well, I got news for you. This gets you to all the rest of math, so no other option. All right. Now we're in the problems that some of you will like very much because you like to just give me answers.
Yay. Yay.
Solve the equation using mental math.
Yay.
Oh.
Finally.
Oh.
Amen.
Do not do that.
Definition of that.
30. Y plus 16 equals 25. So what's the answer?
Y equals 9. Oh, wait, we blurred out. Okay. We did blur out.
Yes.
Yes, what were you doing?
I don't really do the whole hand raising thing because, yeah, just blurt it out. Unless it gets really chaotic, then we may have to, but. 32, 5W equals 20.
4.
I think it's 4, guys.
W equals 4. 34, F divided by 6 equals 4.
24.
24. Now, depending on, I'm not sure how Ms. Havens did it with you or Mr. Manning, depending on what point of the year it was. I don't know when you would have done stuff like this. But you may have previously, they may have been like, you have to write minus 16 on both sides.
Yeah.
And you get it. If you feel like you can do it without that step, that's fine. But if it had but I'm going to show you something. But if I revise this problem to be like 3y plus 16 equals 25, then what you need to show me is 3y equals 9 and then y equals 3. Okay? So you need to be able to show me like step by step, but you don't have to write that I'm subtracting 16 on both sides, I'm dividing by 3 on both sides, okay?
I never
If
had
you
it.
feel like you need to do that, that's fine. Sometimes when I teach Algebra 1, especially if I teach it in 2 parts, I do emphasize that so that people don't get confused. So, but if you feel like I've got this under control, I know what I'm doing, no problem. Just skip those little intermediate pieces because they're a lot. And I remember being an absolutely no. Somebody just screamed really loud. And then the door slammed. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyways, but I remember being in Algebra 1 and hating having to write every single step. I was like, but teacher, I know what I'm doing. And she was like, yeah, but everyone doesn't. I'm like,
No one does this.
well,
Literally no
if you
one
need to do it, that's fine. If you're just in the habit, that's fine. But if not, just, you can skip it. All right. Any questions on any of this?
No.
When we do our homework today, what are you going to give me?
Put
Work.
the lesson on.
Work.
The
Except
lesson
for mental math.
and work.
What
Except
about
for the 3 questions that are mental math questions.
Okay, free
I will
person.
even circle them and write mental math on them. All right, you need to do 3 through 15 odd. And then 17, 21, 23, and 27. And then the mental math questions, I'll write above it, mental math. That doesn't require work are 29, 31, and 33. Those three right there don't have to have work. Everything else should have some level of work to it. Obviously, writing the sentence out, there's only so much work that can come with that because you're just writing words into math.